Hello and welcome to the first round of the escalation tournament for Imperial Bunker. It's 500 points of Ultramarines versus 500 points of the Tau.
So, a quick recap of the Tau army I will be using today is a patrol detachment with 2 Fire Warrior squads, Ethereal and Commander Shadow Sun, with a squad of 2 broadsides with their accompanying 4 shield drones. And I will be up against the Ultramarines. This is a battalion detachment with a Primaris captain with the sword and is that a Stalker Bolter?
It is a Stalker Bolter, yeah.
A Primaris librarian, 2 tactical squads, and a Primaris intercessor squad, and they've got the standard bolt rifles.
No, they're going to be Stalkers as well.
Stalker bolt rifles in that squad, and then your sort of crunch piece, your aggressors. Let's go have a look at the table.
So this is the table that we're going to be playing on. The mission type is Scouring. Place 6 objectives on the board. Then there is one that's selected as superior and one that is selected as inferior in value of points. And then all of the points are calculated at the end of the game. But considering we've only brought 500 points each, let's see how that goes down, shall we? See if we even make it to turn 5. So this is deployment. We went for Spearhead in the end, we rolled for it, and so 9 inches away from the centre of the table, 6 inches up at the side, and then draw a line. So it's an arrow formation. I started deployment first. As you can see, I've got my troops hidden behind line of sight blocking ground floor terrain, and I've got my captain and librarian in the centre. As the captain has Vox Spiritum, it means that he's got an 18-inch essential sort of bubble that the units can touch to get the re-roll benefits. And on top of that, I've spent 2 CPs, so on 6 down from 8 to make him the chapter master, so that it's re-rolling all failed hits. Seb's deployment over here with the Tau has got similar to me in that his troops' choices are hidden behind the terrain, and then he's planted his broadsides right on top of objective number 2. So we rolled off to see which was the superior objective and which was the inferior. 2 is the superior, and over here we've got objective 5, which is the inferior. So actually pretty balanced. It balanced itself right back up. So we still have to go to each other's side in order to score at the end of the game. And that's it, I believe. So
Starting the seize roll?
Do a quick seize roll. No. So turn 1 for Seb and the Tau.
Okay, so at the end of the Tau movement phase, the commander used the Montkai, so everyone got to advance and they will get to fire as normal. And from where they are, the broadsides can see the tactical marines which gives them another target for their main weapons, saving them not having to shoot with their high yield missile pods. And then up here, we've got another squad. We just advanced them. They're pretty much out of line of sight from where they are, so there's no threat. And then the squad on this side moved up. There's no point hiding them if all the juicy targets are down here anyway. So we're going to head into the shooting phase next.
Okay, so now into the shooting phase for the Tau. Seb's weighed up his options, and what are you going to do, dude?
So we're going to fire the broadsides first. Their high yield missile pods are going to fire at tactical marines here that they can see. They moved up to see them. And then their smart missile systems are going to come over and hit these guys here behind the building.
The tacticals behind the building.
The tacticals behind the building.
Yeah.
So first up, the high yield missile pods over here. 16 shots.
Hitting on
4s. It's not bad. And these are going to get an additional AP on a 6 to wound versus the tactical marines. That's the Ethereal's Warlord trait. And that is 3 saves at -1 and 3 saves at -2.
Okay, 3 saves at -1. So 2 dead, and then 3 saves At -2. 2 dead.
Okay.
Okay.
Total of 4.
Okay.
And then the 16 smart missile systems shots into the 2nd Tactical Marine Squad. Also hitting on 4s. And then these have no AP. They wound on 3s. 2 wounds.
Yes.
Okay, saved.
Okay, and that's the...
That's your shooting done.
We'll see if these guys up here are in range, and then we'll come back.
Didn't you advance them?
I did. They will not be shooting.
Excellent. So end of tile turn 1. Okay, movement for the Ultramarines. What I've done is I've advanced the aggressors into this corner of the building. I've moved the Librarian 6 inches this direction. Captain's moved slightly forward. This lone bloke has just moved forward. These guys have come around the side of the building, and I advanced and tucked those guys in to the cover there. And now we're going to go on to shooting.
Any psychic first?
That is a very good point. I will just see what my options are.
So we're in the shooting phase now, and you're going to start with your intercessors here,
Yeah.
and they're going to fire at
The
my shield drones.
Yes, that's 5 stalkbot rifles hitting on 4s.
Because you moved.
Because I moved.
And you're re-rolling everything because of your chapter master.
I am indeed.
Oh, they all hit, so that's not
They
too
all
bad.
hit. What's the toughness of a drone?
A drone is toughness 4.
Wounding on 4s, essentially. So that's 3 wounds. AP minus...
Drones don't mind. They are shield drones, so invulnerable saves, and then a 5 up feel no pain. And I lose 1.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to fire the 1 remaining tactical marine from that squad, also into the shield drones.
So, hitting on a 3.
With rerolls, but you hit, and
Wounding
wounding
on
on
a
4.
4.
It's a wound, and then that's a save on the shield drone, which he passes. And then your chapter master is the last thing with line of sight. So what has he got?
He has got a mastercrafted stalkbot rifle, so he'll be hitting on a 4 because he moved. No, he'll be hitting on a 3
3 because he moved, yep.
because he moved, but he's re-rolling anyway.
The advantage of a chapter master, he still hits. And then he's going to wound me on a 4,
Wound on a 4.
which he wounds, and then the shield drone has a 4 up save. She fails. And then how many damage is this?
3 damage, so 3 feel no pains.
3 feel no pain saves. And almost passes at the end of the Ultramarines' turn. Underwhelming like the Tau first turn. Lots of things out of line of sight, waiting in the wings to do their damage. 2 shield drones down. That's how you kill Tau, little by little. Tau movement turn 2 is finished. The drones have tucked in there now, and I have used the other of the 2 Tau abilities, so now the broadside's going to be rerolling to hit. And I've moved the other Fire Warrior Squad up onto the ruin so that they can see down. And I've used Sense of Stone again this turn. Didn't apply at all last turn, but that gives me a 6 up Feel No Pain save. Into the shooting, I'll probably just fire the small arms, and then we'll come back with the broadsides. Now I'm going to fire the broadsides. I'm going to use Command and Control mode, which allows them to reroll to wound, and they're already rerolling to hit from Shadow Sun as well. I'm going to fire the high yield missile pods into the 2 wound guys here, and then I will fire the smart missiles into the aggressors that I can't see there. I'm going to start with the high yield missile pods, hitting on 4s rerolling. That's 3 misses. And then the stratagem lets me roll to wound, so I'm going to wound these guys on 3s rerolling. Okay, that wasn't good. But the reroll. Oh, only 1 fails, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 saves at -1, and 2 saves at -2.
So 4s.
1, 2, 3,
Okay, well,
5, 6.
they're dead.
No, it's D3 damage, dude.
Oh, okay.
and then 2 at -2.
So that's another one.
So then D3 damages from these. So the first one is a kill. Second one is not a kill. Third one kills that guy. It's 2 dead. 3 dead. 4 dead.
5 dead.
Okay, so then we're going to fire the smart missiles into the building, hitting on 4s and rolling. 8. Oh, that wasn't good. And then wounding these guys on 4s and rolling. It'd be nice to get that extra AP on 6s, but that was the other unit. 3 failed to wound, 4, 8 saves, and these are ignoring cover, but no AP.
So 3 ups.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow. So 1's dead, and 1's on 1 wound. 2 wounds. Okay, so movement done for Ultramarines turn 2. I'm just going to Hail Mary it at this point. I'm going to push these tacticals out. They're within a pretty good charge range. I know that they possibly will get utterly destroyed on Overwatch, but we'll see how the shooting goes now. Move these guys up. I just move everyone up, essentially, all towards the castle. I'm going to do 2 psychic powers now. So the first one is Psychic Scourge, and I need a 6. It goes off. So this is against the drones. The drones have a leadership of 6, so I roll a d6 and add it to my leadership, and Seb will roll a d6 and add it to his drone's leadership, and if I beat the overall score, then I get to do d3 mortal wounds on the drones. Of course, so you have an 11, so I need a 2 or more for this to get off. And it gets off. And now it's D3 mortal wounds, so I need a 3 here will help tremendously, a 3 or more. And I get 3, so
That's 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So 5 feel my pains. And neither of those pass. And I will spend a CP on one of those. And I will keep 1 alive.
Okie doke.
No, it just explodes up easier.
Okay, now I've got Smite.
Closest target is your broadsides.
It's that bloke, matey boy over there. So
You need a 5.
I need a 5. And we get Nate. So now D3 mortal wounds. And I get 1.
6 up feel no pain. From sense of stone, no wound taken. So into the shooting phase for the Ultramarines, we're going to start with the aggressors. And what are they firing at?
So they've got Firestorm, which means that they essentially get 2 rounds of shooting. So firstly, I'm going to do the 2 Assault 6 weapons into the drone, and then I'm going to do the Fragstorm grenade launcher, which is 1d6, but times 2, into the broadside after the drone.
So 12 shots into the drone?
Yeah.
2d6 shots into the broadside.
So I'll do the 12 into the drone, so hitting on 3s, re-rolling everything. And then wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wounds. 8. Well, they've got 4 invulnerable.
What's the AP?
-1.
Okay, so that would ignore cover if they were benefiting from that. And I fail 2 saves, and then I have a 5 up feel no pain. Ooh, just. Oh, the 12 shot, the 2d6 shots. 7.
7 shots. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling everything. So that's everything wounds. Everything hits, and then wounds. A 5. So that's 4 wounds. AP -1.
3 up saves on the broadside after the -1. Fail 1 save, and then a 6 up sense of stone save, which of course he passes. Storm of fire, so a second
Firestorm.
firestorm.
Yeah.
second barrage, an additional 2d6 shots, another 5, so that's another 17 shots into the
broadside.
Into the broadside.
All the weapons characteristics are the same, so we can just roll it all. Re-rolling everything because of the captain. So everything hits.
Well, that's lots of 5s and 6s. You need to roll those now to wound.
Yeah. So about 6 should come through from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A little bit below what you said.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's 3 up saves then. And I fail 1. Do you think I can roll another 6? No, I suffer a wound. Okay, so we've got a sticky situation where the broadsides didn't die. So you've adopted to use the orbital bombardment and hope for the best. Down to 1 command point left.
Yeah, it's a 3 CP.
So you've used your warlord, draw line of sight to a point here amongst the characters in the broadsides.
Yeah,
and then
basically the ethereal.
And then it's a d6 range from there, so you roll that. Everything within 2 inches, so that will just get the guys on the ground floor here, the broadsides and then both characters.
So on a 4+ for Shadow Sun and
So it's going to be a 5+ for Shadow Sun because it's character.
oh, I thought it was Warlord.
-1 if you're a character.
5+.
I wouldn't do that anyway.
No.
I'm sure I'd break my tank.
5+ for the ethereal. No, of course not. And 4. Oh wow. Okay. So to wrap up the shooting, I fired these 4 at the broadside, and Seb got his 5th roll of a 6 out of 7 for Sense of Stone, so 5 6s out of 7 rolls. So that broadside that should be dead is still on 4 wounds. So now I'm gonna just charge these guys into the broadside, into the ethereal. So let's do a load of Overwatch because Tau can do a load of Overwatch on 5s and 6s.
This is my strength 7 shots. I'm going to Overwatch with the broadsides, using for the greater good to Overwatch for the ethereal. And I hit on 5s and 6s because I am Tau.
Some of the strongest lists are assault arms.
That's more than I expected. And then they wound on 3s. You need to take 3 saves at -1.
Okay, 1's dead.
And then my 16 shots with my smart missile systems.
That's the difference. That it's
3 hits. And 1 wound.
On nothing.
No AP.
The codex is very, very strong, but I haven't got
Okay.
much to do with
And then the 5 fire warriors will fire.
Shred of Palos.
There's 10 shots. That's the fire range. Hitting on 5s. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s.
But again, I can't
2 saves, no AP.
scream me out so easily with.
But then again, sometimes
Okay.
So a total of 1 dead.
Yes.
How far can they charge?
sometimes you aren't able to see.
How far can they charge?
2 dice. Determine how far.
Yeah. I'll roll that.
Still relying so heavily on them getting up.
So I think they need like a 7 or an 8, something. Well, that's not enough. I don't believe.
5 would get them to there, and I think you probably need a. Well, to get to the ethereal, sorry, you need a 7.
I
Reroll
will
this.
command reroll, and then I'm out of CP.
Things like screaming jets.
Okay.
The Necron.
Okay, so Tau turn 3, and no movement for the Tau, because I'm going to try and benefit from the ethereal's ability to reroll 1s to hit. Just going to give that to everybody. And now into the shooting phase. I'm not going to do those first, I'm going to fire fire warriors first.
So fire warriors into, was it the aggressors or the?
Into this Tac Marine, see if I can take him out. It's going to be 10 shots from them, hitting on 4s, and then wounding on 3s. For a total of 6 saves to make on him.
6 3-ups. Oh, he dead. Okay, so next set of fire warriors.
We'll be firing down into the last 3 guys here, see if I can take them out. These are hitting on 4s but rerolling 1s now. From the ethereal's ability.
No, not. I am going to spend a CP to.
And then wounding on 3s.
bringing it back.
For 5 saves.
That's the same. We've got 6 then. Great. Useless.
2 dead.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to fire the broadsides. I'm going to use command and control node again. Do I get the CP back from that? Nope. I'm down to 1. And then I will fire the the high yield missile pods into the aggressors, and one lot of smart missiles just in case, and then 1 lot of smart missiles into this lone tactical marine here. Starting with the high yield missile pods into the aggressors. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
Matt, real hit rolls are 1, real hit rolls are 1, real hit rolls are 1. No, I don't.
Okay. And wounding aggressors on 3s with strength 7, and any 6s to wound here will be an additional AP. And I'm re-rolling to wound. Whoop. Very useful, very needed. And then they all wound. 3 saves at -2.
Yeah, I need to do that.
2 go through,
I'm pretty
and then 7 saves at -1.
It's the beginning of the
So that's total of 7 wounds go through. D3,
They're dead.
D3, D3. Then the smart missiles from the final guy into this one guy.
So
Rerolling 1s,
one order,
3 misses,
2 soldiers,
and then wounding on 3s. 3 saves, no AP on the last.
Re-rolling the wounds, right?
Oh, rerolling to wound, yes. 4 saves on the final tactical marine.
but there are some.
Yeah. He's dead.
That is the end of my shooting phase.
So my turn. Obviously, I've only got the librarian and the captain left. So for the sake of finishing on the same amount of turns, I'm going to move them up the table. Going to do smite and psychic scourge. Firstly, psychic scourge. Firstly, smite on the broadside. So I need
That's D6 mortal wounds.
D6 mortal wounds.
Oh,
Okay, so that broadside is dead.
Okay.
Okay,
and then you've got
psychic scourge, which I will do on the ethereal. How many wins does an ethereal have?
More than 3.
More than 3.
And that's my highest leadership is on the ethereal.
Yeah.
Down to 9.
The broadside is only leadership 8, the ethereal is leadership 9.
Fire warriors and leadership.
7.
Okay.
4.
I will.
1 wound, -2. So cover. So 4.
I will do psychic scourge on the fire warriors.
2d3 plasma cannons.
So that goes off, and then so it's my leadership. So leadership. Okay, well that's passed. So it's leadership 16 against leadership
8.
8.
Take D3 mortal wounds.
D3 more wounds.
So hitting
1 bloke dies. I'll do a quick shooting phase. So at the end of my shooting phase, overall a good turn. Annoyingly, for what was left, did 3 wounds on the broadside with the mastercrafted stalker bolt rifle from the captain, and I will not be charging, and that's it for the game. I concede at this point. Good game, Seb. It's a lovely little lesson on Tau, sense of stone. In all seriousness, it's a good little what do you call it? Power? What is it from an ethereal?
Like
ability?
Yeah, inbuilt ability from the ethereal. They have sense of stone. They have reroll 1s to hit. You can activate one or the other. Really powerful. Really useful warlord. Aggressors are tough, and if I hadn't killed them when I did, I'd have lost the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was the troops that I selected for 500 points. I should have brought a patrol and more aggressors and tried to just push my way up the board. But there wasn't really much cover either. So that obviously plays into how successful a game, how much shooting I can avoid. But yeah, it was good. We'll figure out the points and post them at the end of the report. But thanks for watching.